My name is Robert Webster. I want to thank you all for taking time out of your day to get on this webinar and learn some of this very important information. Someone highly motivated wanted you to hear some information that they felt could change your life, because most likely it has changed theirs. My name is Robert Webster. I'm an executive vice president with MyEcon. I've been with the company for 3 years. In that time, I've been able to cash flow using the strategies that I'm going to teach you tonight, over $158,000 back into my household. Now, a little bit about me. I'm the security director for Crown Plaza Hotels, downtown Detroit division, and I'm a business owner. I own a small security firm. We do executive protection and corporate security. I've been a business owner since I was 26. My first business I owned was a small trucking company. I had contracts with GM here in the Midwest. I did very well with that, but when the auto industry shifted, it was time for me to shift and recreate myself. So now I find myself with a security firm. But I'll tell you this, all the time that I've had my own business, I didn't know and understand three things that were very important to help you to be successful in America. And that's tax minimization, debt elimination, and asset accumulation. I didn't learn that until I joined MyEcon and started learning how to really understand and control my economy, which is what MyEcon is short for. We are the personal financial success company. Now, a little bit about MyEcon. MyEcon is a debt-free, technology-driven company that's been around for 13 years. Okay, we're based in Atlanta. We've helped our members to cash flow over $400 million back into their households. That says a lot. That doesn't say what the company has cash flowed. This is the amount the members have cash flowed back into their homes and into their investment accounts. And we're online to cash flow another $100 million back into people's homes in the next 12 months. How much of that do you want to come into your home, I ask you? Now, we all need more cash flow. We need more cash flow to support our lifestyles today and to support those same lifestyles at retirement. That is, if you want to maintain your lifestyle. Now, the sad story is we live in one of the wealthiest countries on the planet, but the majority of our population are absolutely poor. The reason I say they're absolutely poor is because we're living paycheck to paycheck. Okay? 80% of our population have less than $1,000 in the bank. Most people do not have an emergency fund. I'm going to show you some statistics. I'm not just speaking out the side of my neck. These are retirement statistics. You see, we are failing at retirement here in America. These statistics come out every 10 years. They take a census. All right, so this comes from the U.S. Census Bureau. It says the average age of retirement is 62 years old, and the average length of retirement is 18 years. So people are living almost 2 decades after they retire. But the average savings of a 50-year-old is only $43,797, nowhere near what is needed in order to retire and maintain their same lifestyle. Now, look at this and write this percentage down and remember this. The percentage of people ages 30 to 54, most of us on this call tonight, who believe they will not have enough money put away for retirement, 80%. So, 8 out of the 11 people on this call tonight feel that they will not have enough money put away for retirement. That is sad. Look at this. Out of 100 people who start working at age 25, by the time they're 65, only 1% will be considered wealthy, and only 4% will have adequate capital stowed away for retirement. You see, we're failing at retirement, and we're failing because we're fighting some obstacles that we don't know how to fight. You see, you're in a war. You have to look at it like this. I'm a Marine. I'm a former Marine. You see, we're at war for your finances. You at war for your money. That's right. But you have no ammunition. You have no camouflage gear. You have no weapon. So you have you don't have the correct tools to fight that war. You see? But we're here to give you the tools to fight that war. And see, these obstacles are your enemy. Okay, these are the enemies that you're fighting this war against. Obstacle number one is inflation. And you cannot keep up with inflation just by working a regular job. You have to find a way to make your dollars multiply in order to keep up with inflation. Because if you look at it, 20 years ago, you could go out and buy a gallon of milk for $1.25. But now that same gallon is $3. If you want the real good stuff, the lactate, you need to spend about $5, $6 for that. So you see, you can't keep up with inflation just working a regular job and getting a 2, 3, 4% raise every year. That won't keep up. Then you have high taxes. That's right. High taxes are hitting your check before you even see it. You're losing a third of it. Then debt. Most people are in debt with credit cards, car loans, mortgages, student loans. You see, that right there all sets us up for inadequate savings and investing. I'm going to draw some numbers here for you because, you see, I want you to understand it doesn't matter what type of job you have. If you're a doctor, if you're a lawyer, if you're a school teacher or a bus driver, we all have the same two financial objectives. Objective number one is to acquire enough income to maintain our current lifestyles. And objective number two is to simultaneously acquire assets that'll maintain your lifestyle at retirement. Now, an asset is anything that'll pay you without you having to get up and work for it, like a 401k or a mutual fund or 403b. Now, we're going to take a median income of, say, $60,000 a year. Now, that would equate to $5,000 per month gross. What would this person need in assets in order to maintain that same lifestyle at retirement? So if your last year of working, you're making $60,000 a year, and you've been making that for the past 5, 6, 7 years, you want to maintain that particular lifestyle. But what would you need in assets in order to do that? Well, as a rule of thumb, we're taught that you're going to need 10 times the amount you make per year. So this person would need $600,000 in their 401k. Now, if they can get a 10% rate of return, then they could make the same $60,000 and have replacement income. But the statistics that I showed you tells us that we are not getting this done. Because you see, this war we're fighting, we're losing. That's right, we're losing this war because, number one, once you get your check, Uncle Sam is going to hit you for anywhere from 25 to 33%. So that's another $1,500 right off the top out of your check. And now your net, what you're bringing home is just $3,500. And in that $3,500, you're going to want to purchase a car. You want to drive something nice. You want to put your family in a nice neighborhood, so you want to buy a house. And most people have to finance these items because they can't cash a $100,000 house out or a $50,000 car out. So we end up creating debt. And on that debt, most of it that we're paying is interest. So another 30% of our income is gone every month just to pay interest on debt. Most of the car note is interest. Most of the credit card is interest. First 20 or so years of the mortgage is interest. So we're left with just 40% of our gross income. Because you see, the minute you get paid, Uncle Sam's taking his, and you know what debts you have to pay. And you don't have to be a mathematician to see that that's 60% of your gross income going right out the window the minute you get paid. And with this right here that's left over, we're expected to build an investment account. That's why we're failing. You see, this 40% that's left over has to pay for food, gas, clothing, utilities. If you have children and they have extracurricular activities, so there's nothing left to build an investment account. Most people in America that do have a 401k, they can only afford to put 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 or 5% of their gross pay into their 401k because they have to use what they're making to live off of. You see, this is the problem. And this is what's setting us up for inadequate savings and investing. But we at MyEcon we understand personal financial success. You see, we understand that you need more cash flow and you definitely need better financial strategies. You see, we're going to teach you a strategy called income shifting, and that's going to empower you to generate cash flow in 5 different ways. First, we're going to teach you how to correct your tax withholding. Then we're going to teach you how to minimize your taxes, how to generate business income, how to get yourself out of debt so that you can invest and build passive income. That is the best income you will ever make in your life, is passive income. You see, our first strategy of correcting the tax withholding is very important. I'm going to show you a study. You can go on irs.gov and view this, okay? It says big refund, big tax bill. This was done in 2005. These are refund facts, all right? It says federal tax refunds to individuals totaled more than $215 billion last year. That's right. Every year you hear the commercial. Get your billions back, America. That's more than 101 million taxpayers who got refunds. That's 80%. Remember that same 80% I spoke of earlier? That 80% of the population who feel that they will not be ready for retirement? Well, that's the same 80% that's looking forward to that tax refund. Back then, the average refund was $2,126. Now the average refund is anywhere from $3,000 to $3,500. Says, where does your refund come from? It comes from your wallet or purse when you tell your employer how much to withhold from your paycheck or you make an estimated tax payment. For the average refund, that's about $40 a week too much. Look at this. You might be using the extra withholding as a forced savings method, but Uncle Sam doesn't pay interest on refunds except in special circumstances. And excuse my grammar, but I ain't seen no special circumstances. Now, this last sentence here, this is very important to pay attention to. This is the IRS talking. Putting the money in any type of savings account or paying down debts might be a better option. Oh, my goodness. This is the 1040 form. This is the form you fill out every year to get your tax refund. All right, the tax preparer takes you down to line number 75, and that's where that refund amount is. They say, this is the amount you're getting, signed and dated. But have you ever taken a moment and read what it says on line 75? It says, this is the amount you overpaid. Now, Uncle Sam is telling us right here, clearly, putting the money in any type of savings account, 401k, 403b, or mutual fund, or paying down debts, car notes, student loans, mortgages, might be a better option. Well, let's go back to this right here. This bloody, bloody mess right here on the screen. The IRS is telling us, okay, putting the money in any type of savings account, all right, 401k, 403b, or paying down debts might be a better option. So we at MyEcon agree. So we're going to give you a business. All right, we're going to teach you business strategies. Now, the first strategy is minimizing your taxes. So once you come on with MyEcon, you bring home in your first month anywhere between $200 to $1,000 in your pay just by minimizing your taxes. That's right. Tax minimization is the key. Now, say you bring home an extra $500 every month. Now you can strategically place that money on debt and start eliminating the creditors out of your pocket. First, get Uncle Sam out your pocket. Put some more money in your pocket and start getting the creditors out your pocket. Now you can increase what you're bringing home. All right? Now you can start funneling money into your 401k and get yourself ready for retirement. You see, this is the key right here. This is what's going to start the snowball effect to your brighter future. You see, Uncle Sam said, putting the money in any type of savings account or paying down debts might be a better option. And he's talking about this money right here. Put that money somewhere that's a better option. This is called income shifting. Shift that income from taxes to debt. If you have no debt, shift that income from taxes to investments or taxes down to tithes and offerings, wherever you feel it's best needed in your life. You see, that is the key, folks. Now, we all understand that 80% of the population are losing too much money in their taxes. And when that's happening, you can't get a return on investment on that money. You see, that money that's being taken from you to taxes, it would do you better sitting in your 401k, multiplying. That's right. Your money can be acting like baby's kids. We don't die, we multiply. That's how I like my dollars to be. Now you're maximizing your take-home pay. You see, this is the key. You're a business owner now, and MyEcon is going to teach you how 80 to 90% of the time that you drive your car or truck, that can become a business expense. We're also going to teach you how your cell phone bill and your internet service, anytime you buy a new laptop or a tablet, one of those new Apple iBooks, that's right, that can be a business expense. How about your travel? Are you going to take a cruise with your girlfriends? Or are you going to go on a trip with your homeboys? Well, you know what? Make it a business trip. Just like a CEO of a major company, he might take his whole family to Bermuda or Hawaii and spend the whole week there. He'll have a meeting for 30 minutes. But now that whole Hawaiian or Bermuda trip is tax deductible. Well, you can do the same thing if you're a business owner. That's right. Even your meals and entertainment. Uncle Sam will pay 50% of that bill. Do you like to go to concerts? Who went and saw Janet Jackson a couple weeks ago? All right. Who saw, what's the new queen? Beyonce back in the summer. Well, do you go see the Tigers play or the Lions or your favorite baseball or football team? Well, that can be a business expense. Have Uncle Sam pay that bill for you. Do you go hunting? Well, we'll show you how. Do you have children? Well, how would you like Uncle Sam to pay you to house, clothe, and feed your children? That's right. Do you give them an allowance? Well, if you're a business owner with MyEcon, stop giving them an allowance and pay them a salary. That's right. Uncle Sam says you can pay each one of your children up to $6,350 a year, and they not owe taxes on that money. That's right. If you got 2 children, that's $12,000 out of your salary you wouldn't owe taxes on. You see, these strategies right here are the strategies that wealthy people use to maintain their wealth. I'm going to say that one more time. These are the strategies that wealthy people use to maintain their wealth, and you can use to gain some wealth. You see how they always say the rich get richer and the poor stay poor? Well, that's only when the poor don't know and understand these strategies. You see, the wealthy are going to keep using these strategies. It's up to you to learn them and start using them and gain yourself some wealth. You see, in the Bible, it says, my people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. Well, we are destroyed here in America financially for our lack of knowledge on how capitalism works in America. And we live in this country. You see, these strategies aren't taught in schools, not in high school, not in college. All right, you got to come to the school of MyEcon and learn these strategies. That's right. And once you start learning, you're going to get a world-class business system. That's going to be your website. And in that website, you get the Financial Success membership. All right. Included in your membership is the income shifting strategy that we will teach you. You get the Cash Flow Manager software, which is a software that you can track all of your expenses in, and it helps to keep you compliant with all the IRS publications. You get identity theft protection, which is a $1 million policy. You get free and discount legal services. You get the Smart Money credit repair system. That's right. If you got bad credit, or if you got not so bad but not so good credit, this system will teach you exactly how to improve your credit score, how to get bad marks off your credit score, whatever you need to get your credit up and above 700, because that's where it should be anyway. You also get discount travel and corporate perks. That's right. For a small investment, I'm going to tell you right now, your investment in this business is only $34.95. You get all of that. It's not a price. It is an investment. That's right, because you're going to invest $34.95 today. Then you're going to sit down with who brought you in the system, and they're going to help you redo your W-4 form, and then you're going to increase your take-home pay on your current job, anywhere from $200 to $1,000 every month. That's right. You're going to give yourself a pay raise because you're a business owner now. You just bought yourself, invested in a franchise. And just like if you were to invest in, say, a McDonald's franchise, you don't have to worry about what's on the menu. If you were to purchase a McDonald's franchise, you would already know. It's going to be Big Mac, filet of fish, quarter pounder, French fries, icy Coke, thick shakes, sundaes, and apple pies. That's right. Well, just like that franchise, you don't have to worry about what's on the menu here either. We have a powerful retail strategy. You see, we got quality products and services on your website that you would own, that your friends, family members, and anybody you meet can go to your website and purchase. Like identity theft protection, which is only $7.99 a month. That's right. We got roadside assistance for $7.99 a month. The minute I joined MyEcon, I canceled my AAA and purchased my own roadside assistance. That's right. There's no way I'm going to own a business that sells a product and I buy that same product from someone else. No way. No, that's like owning a gas station and then you go to fill up your gas at the gas station down the street. That wouldn't be me. Also, we've got many products. You can book travel on your website. Do you have a friend, or are you going somewhere, or you know someone that's about to travel? Tell them to go to your website and book travel. We got a contract with Priceline.com. Anytime anyone books travel, rental cars, hotels through your website, you get a commission. We got health and nutrition, coffee and tea. We even got a cashback mall. I'm pretty sure you see all of these brick and mortar stores closing at the mall. That's right, because they want you to shop online. And hundreds, thousands of people are shopping online. Well, why don't you get a part of that? Why don't you, if you even shop online through your own business and get cash back? You see, that's the key right there. That's how you recirculate your dollars through your own pockets. Now, we're going to teach you a simple strategy also called 3 is the key. Who wants to make another $38,000 before the end of the year? That's right. I said another $38,000 within the next 2 to 3 months. Well, let me show you how. You join MyEcon. Introduce the business to your first 2 people. Earn $2 per person. Now, you're promoted to executive vice president. Now, the next person you introduce the business to, you'll earn a $35 commission. That's right. 3 is the key. Now, you are an executive vice president, which is the highest position in our company. Now, let's help that same person do the same thing. Let's help them get them 3 people in the business. That's right. You see, this is how you multiply your efforts. That's right. Let me put it out like this for you folks. J. Paul Getty, he was a very wealthy man. He said, I would rather get 1% of 100 people working than 100% of my own work. You see, that's multiplication right there. Now look at this. You teach that person. We teach that person to do the same thing. 3 is the key to your happiness. Look at this. That person right there goes out and introduces the business to another person, and you earn $25. They introduce it to another, that's another $25 to infinity for you. All right? Help them to get promoted to EVP like yourself. Now you've earned $105. Do that in your first week or 2. Now you're moving. And each person, we teach each person to do exactly the same thing. 3 is the key. They go out and get another 3 people. Now you've earned another $150. That's $255 in your second week. Your third week, that's another $300. Each person introducing the business to 3 people. Duplicate that 10 times. That's $38,000. You duplicate that in 10 weeks. Duplicate that in 12 weeks. That's $38,000. Tell me this. Show me another way you can make $38,000 in less than 6 months. This is it right here. You see, you got to look at it like this. Most of you have a Facebook page or a Instagram page. Well, I'll just use Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg, for example, he's worth $56.2 billion. And all he's done is converted your network into his income. That's right. He's converted your network of friends, family members, co-workers, classmates into his income. Well, you can do the same thing. You see, you introduce this business to 10 people. Now you've earned $350 and a monthly residual check of $10 a month. Now, let's go out and teach each one of those 10 people to do exactly the same thing. I'm pretty sure you know 10 people who would like to increase their pay on their current job $200 to $1,000 every month. That's right. And each one of those 10 people also know another 10 people. That's how you multiply your effort. That's 100 people right there. Now, you will have earned $2,500 upfront bonuses with a $300 monthly residual check. You see, you got to look at it how it is, folks. You're going to be working a job for probably the next 10, 15 years, right? And you're going to be working that job creating somebody else's wealth. You see, that job is linear income. That's when you work that 8 hours, you get paid 8 hours. You work a 40-hour work week, you get paid that 40-hour work week. Don't work, don't get paid. Well, this right here is how you leverage the work of other people. You see, imagine while these next 10 to 15 years you're working that job, imagine spending 2 to 5 hours a week building your business, teaching financial literacy. All right. For the next 10 years, imagine having 1,000 people in your business. All right. In your franchise. Now you will have earned $25,000 upfront bonuses with an $8,000 monthly residual check. That's $96,000 a year, even if you don't get up in the morning. That right there is residual income. Who wants some? This is where you get it. You see, the key is to duplicate yourself. You see, if you join MyEcon tonight, you increase your pay on your job $200 to $1,000 starting this month. I'm sure you know other people who would love to do the same thing. Well, all we got to do is introduce them to the business because most people are going to want some extra money in their pocket. Now, we give you the cash flow strategist. All right, this is our system where you plug in all your debts. Here's an example of a person with $200,000 they owe on the mortgage, $8,000 on the Visa, $17,000 they owe on the car note. They income shift and create another $1,000 they're bringing home per month. Now they drop that money on the car note. Car note's gone in 12 months instead of 32. Then roll it all into the Visa. Visa's gone in 5 months instead of 78. And roll it all into the mortgage. Mortgage is gone in 68 months instead of 30 years. You see, they've eliminated $225,000 worth of debt in a little over 7 years, 85 months. What they did is they avoided paying $352,000 in interest payments. Now they got $2,945 every month free to drop into their 401k. Do that for 10 years, that's over $500,000. Do it for 15 years, that's over $1 million in their investments. You see, tell me this. Do you want to be a millionaire? Okay. If you said yes, what's your plan to get there? Tell me, what is your plan to become a millionaire? Well, if you don't have one, here is a surefire plan to get one. Because you see, somebody's going to get rich off of your money. Somebody is. You just have to determine whether it's going to be you or somebody else. Because your money can make you wealthy. Your money can come back into your paycheck, eliminate your debt, and start building you some assets. You just got to determine if you want that to happen. Now, for $34.95 a month, you get the income shifting strategy, the cash flow manager software, the smart money credit system, discount travel, corporate perks, identity theft, free and discount legal services, and very, very valuable tax benefits for only $34.95 a month. That would be the best investment you make your entire life. I guarantee you, because it was the best investment I've made in the 46 years of my life. And I love every minute of it. I'm going to tell you guys a quick story, and then I'm done. This story is about these three brothers who wanted to travel out west during the 1600s. Back in the Western days, they wanted to go out there because they wanted to pan for gold, because people were striking it rich real quick finding gold. Well, and this is a true story. Well, these three brothers got out there in San Francisco, and they got to this one site. And when they got there, they found out that it was a $50 fee in order to go on this site and pan for gold. Two out of the three brothers had the fee. One of them didn't. So the one brother who didn't have the fee, he went down to the last town they passed, and he got a job working at this bean factory. While he was working at this bean factory, he met this old man who had a juice hut in the center of town. And everybody loved to go to the center of town and purchase this old man's juice. So he started working with the old man. The old man taught him how to take that bean and how to crush it, how to plant it and cultivate it, and then pull it back up and turn it into the juice that everybody liked to drink. Well, that one brother, all right, who didn't have that $50 fee, he was in the right place at the right time. The two brothers that was trying to strike it rich quick, they never found a nugget. But the one brother, he learned a strategy from that old man that benefited him then, and it's still benefiting the generations that came after him. Tonight, each one of you on this call have the opportunity to learn a strategy that can benefit you today, and it will definitely benefit your generations to come after you. You see, that one brother, his family name is Folgers of Folgers Coffee. And that strategy he learned is still benefiting his generations today. You should learn this strategy called income shifting. Shift your income. Get yourself out of debt. Build some investments. Teach your children how to do this. Because you see, if you, back when you were 21, knew this strategy, and you were income shifting that money, that tax money into an investment account, you'd be sitting on $1 million right now. Well, that's how you can leave a legacy for your children, teaching them this strategy. So when they get your and my age, they're already sitting on wealth. In the Bible, it also says a wise man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. Well, this is how you do that. This is how you leave an inheritance for your children's children. You teach them a strategy that can benefit you now and benefit the generations to come after you. That's the presentation.